She faked a pregnancy to trap me, so I exposed her with a real ultrasound in front of her whole family and walked out. I, 29M, just recently got out of a relationship that went off the rails in the most insane way imaginable. I'm not really the write my life online type, but this is too wild not to share. Plus, I still feel like I'm processing what happened. So here goes. Let me take you back about a year ago. I'd been dating Rachel, 28F, for just over 2 years. Things were okay at first. She was sweet, a little clingy, but I thought that was just passion. I chalked it up to her being really into the relationship. I mean, she cooked, she laughed at my dumb jokes, she got along well enough with my friends. We moved in together after about a year, and that's when the cracks started to show. She got very possessive. She didn't like me hanging out with my female coworkers, even in group settings, started guilt-tripping me for wanting to have guy time, and generally just became very emotionally manipulative. Whenever I tried to bring up space or boundaries, she'd flip it on me. Why are you trying to push me away? Or, you're not serious about us, are you? I should have ended it then. Hindsight is 20/20, right? Anyway, fast forward to this past spring. I'd been seriously contemplating breaking up. I even started sleeping on the couch some nights, trying to create emotional distance. We hadn't been intimate in a while, and honestly, I was already halfway out the door. I was just waiting for the right moment to sit her down and be honest. Then she dropped the bombshell. She came out of the bathroom one morning, eyes wide, clutching one of those pregnancy tests. "I'm pregnant," she said, voice trembling, half excited, half scared. I was stunned. My mind went blank. I didn't even know what to say. We hadn't really been careful the last few months, but I assumed things were safe since she claimed to be on the pill. But then again, I'd been distant. Maybe I missed something? She immediately went into we'll figure it out together mode. She talked about baby names, moving to a bigger place, even introducing the idea of marriage. Suddenly, I was being dragged into this whirlwind of life planning, and I hadn't even seen a doctor's confirmation yet. When I asked her if she'd seen a doctor or scheduled an appointment, she said she was waiting to let it sink in first and would go next week. I pressed her a few times, but didn't want to seem like I was doubting her. She started crying every time I questioned anything. Something in my gut felt off, though. So I did what any paranoid boyfriend might do. I checked our bathroom trash after she left for work. I found the pregnancy test box, and one test inside that had no lines on it at all. It hadn't even been used. That's when the alarms in my brain really started blaring. I didn't confront her right away. Instead, I decided to play it slow and smart. I told her I wanted to be fully involved, asked if I could come with her to her first OB appointment. She hesitated at first, saying it made her anxious, but I insisted. Eventually, she claimed she'd scheduled a private appointment at a small clinic, said they don't allow partners due to COVID rules. It's 2025. Yeah, no. So I got sneakier. I called the clinic she said she was going to and asked if I could get some info as her partner. They said they had no appointment booked under her name. Not even a record of a patient by that name. I knew it then, she was lying. But I wasn't going to just tell her I knew. Not yet. That's when I came up with the idea for the ultrasound reveal. And yeah, it got messy. So there I was, stuck in this manipulative mess. Rachel was still pretending to be pregnant, acting like everything was perfect, and even started telling her friends and family about our baby. She posted a vague picture on Instagram with a caption like, "Exciting changes ahead," and people started congratulating her in droves. Her mom even sent us a baby blanket she crocheted. It was insane. I wanted to just leave, pack up and walk out. But every time I got close to confronting her, she'd go into this overly emotional state, crying, holding her stomach, saying things like, "It's not just about us anymore." She was clearly playing on guilt and fear. It was manipulative as hell, but also convincing enough that I felt paralyzed. So I made a plan. First, I confided in my best friend Mark. He works in IT and has a level head, way less emotional than me in moments like this. He said, "Dude, don't confront her yet. Let her bury herself. You need proof. Real proof." So we made a plan to test her in the most definitive way. We'd get a real ultrasound video and use it to corner her. Mark's sister-in-law was 13 weeks pregnant and agreed to help. She sent us a high-quality video of her actual ultrasound, the kind where the baby's heartbeat is audible and the little fetus is moving around. It even had her OB's watermark in the corner, but it wasn't her name visible, just the clinic. I edited out anything traceable, left only the audio and visuals. Then I uploaded it to a USB and waited. A week later, Rachel decided to throw a little announcement dinner at her parents' place. Just close family, her mom, dad, older sister, and a couple of cousins. I didn't want to go, but this was the perfect opportunity. I told her I'd prepare a slideshow with our journey and a surprise at the end. She lit up, thinking I was finally coming around. Now, a side note. Rachel's family is traditional. They believe in strong moral values, family first, all that. Her dad's a retired Air Force guy, very stoic and stern. Her mom is sweet, but super old school. I knew if this blew up in front of them, it would actually land. So, the night of the dinner, everything was cozy and awkward. Rachel wore a flowy dress to make herself look more bumpy. Everyone congratulated us, toasted to our future, and her dad even got a little choked up. After dessert, I plugged in the USB and said, I put something together. It's a little early for baby pictures, but I pulled a few strings. Rachel immediately looked nervous. I saw her eyes flick to me, then to the screen, and her smile faltered for a second. I pressed play. The room went quiet as the ultrasound video started. You could hear the heartbeat, the sonographer saying, "There's baby." The baby kicked. It looked real, because it was real. Everyone smiled. Except Rachel. She was frozen. Pale. Her mouth opened like she was about to speak, but no sound came out. Her mom leaned over and whispered, "That's so beautiful. Who's the doctor?" I looked directly at Rachel and said, "Yeah, Rachel. You never told me the doctor's name. Want to share with everyone." That's when she lost it. She stood up, knocking her chair back, and shouted, "Why are you doing this?" Everyone looked confused. Her dad furrowed his brow. I just thought you'd go along with it until things got better," she screamed. "I knew you were going to leave. I just wanted to save us." The room went silent. Her dad stood up slowly. "Rachel, are you not pregnant?" She broke down crying. "I just needed more time. I thought if we had something real, he wouldn't leave me." Her mom gasped. Her sister looked mortified. I sat there, numb but weirdly relieved that the truth was finally out. I left before dessert was cleared. Walked out, didn't say another word. But it wasn't over yet. When I walked out of Rachel's parents' house that night, I felt a strange mixture of relief and heartbreak. The truth was finally out. She wasn't pregnant, and she'd admitted it in front of her entire family. But part of me still couldn't believe how far she went just to manipulate the relationship. I drove straight to Mark's place. He had beer waiting for me and didn't say a word, just handed me the bottle and let me sit in silence. Eventually, he said, "You did the right thing, man." And I knew he was right. But damn, it didn't feel good. The next day, my phone blew up. Rachel called me 15 times before noon. I didn't answer once. She left voicemails crying, begging, apologizing, then suddenly turning angry, accusing me of humiliating her. She said I had betrayed her trust and made her look crazy in front of her family. I didn't respond. Then her sister messaged me on Instagram. It was a long message, but basically, she apologized on Rachel's behalf and told me I wasn't the first guy Rachel had gotten clingy with. Apparently, she'd faked having a miscarriage with an ex when she was 22, just to keep him around longer. Her sister said, "I love her, but she needs real help. And maybe this is finally her wake-up call." I honestly didn't know how to respond. I just thanked her for the honesty. 2 days later, Rachel showed up at my apartment. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. Puffy eyes, messy hair. She asked if she could come in and talk. I told her no. I stood in the doorway and let her speak from the hall. She said she was going to therapy. She admitted that she'd panicked when she realized I was pulling away and thought a pregnancy would force the connection. She said she bought fake positive pregnancy tests online, watched YouTube videos to act the part, even planned to eventually fake a miscarriage if things didn't work out. Her words. It was surreal hearing it out loud. She wasn't a monster. She was someone deeply broken, trying to fix her life the wrong way. But that didn't excuse what she did. She manipulated me, tried to trap me, and lied to literally everyone in her life. I told her I appreciated the apology, and I hoped she did get help. But I was done. She cried. I closed the door. A month later, I found out through a mutual friend that she had checked into a mental health program. I truly hope it helps her. I'm not angry anymore, just exhausted and grateful to be out of that mess. The thing is, emotional manipulation can be just as damaging as any other kind of abuse. And the scariest part? It's slow. You don't realize it's happening until you're already tangled in it. To anyone reading this who feels like something's off in your relationship, trust your gut. Ask questions. Don't let guilt or fear silence your instincts. And if you ever find yourself playing a fake ultrasound in front of your girlfriend's family just to expose the truth, yeah, you've probably ignored those instincts for too long. I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.